I'm going to be doing a half a recipe here today. Go ahead and ignore the amounts that I'm using and use the full recipe down below in the description box. So far I've already got my softened butter in my stand mixer. I'm going to add in my sugar and I'm just going to beat this until it's well combined. And once your sugar and butter is combined, you want to go ahead and add in your sour cream and mix this until the sour cream is combined with the butter and the sugar. And while that's going, you want to add in 1 egg. And again, I'm using half a recipe, so the full recipe will be 2 eggs. Also, I'm going to add in my vanilla. And before you add the dry ingredients, you want to go ahead and make sure that you have scraped down the bowl and the beater, made sure that everything has gotten incorporated, which this pretty much has. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in my flour, as well as salt, baking soda, and baking powder. And I'm going to mix this until it is just combined. And you want to scrape down the sides and just give it a final stir to make sure everything is incorporated. And now what you want to do is roll these. Grab yourself about a golf ball size ball of dough, and you're going to roll this into a ball, and you're going to place it on your ungreased cookie sheet, and you're going to flatten this out. And this dough is kind of sticky, so be forewarned there. You just want to flatten this out until it's about a 1/2 inch thick or so, or about 2 inches in diameter. And you want to go ahead and do this with all of your dough. The full recipe should yield about 2 dozen cookies, about 24. So if you want to divide it into 24 equal pieces, you can certainly do so. And give these a couple inches of room between them to further spread out when they are baking. And when I get all these done, I'm going to bake them in a preheated 350 degree Fahrenheit oven for 8 minutes exactly. After 8 minutes is up, this is what they will look like. You might have to do 30 seconds longer or maybe even 30 seconds less time. You don't want to overbake these at all. You want them to be just barely light brown on the bottom. And once they are done in the oven, you want to immediately take them off of your cookie sheets and put them onto a wire rack to cool completely. You can just barely see some small cracks forming on the top of these when they are done and ready. For the frosting, I've got half melted or softened butter with half vegetable shortening. You can use all butter, you can use all vegetable shortening, it really doesn't matter. To this, I'm going to add in my vanilla. And again, I'm using half a recipe here, so I will put the full recipe and amounts in the description box. And I'm also going to add in my milk to this. And I'm just going to stir this. You can use an electric mixer, blender, not blender, but electric mixer, stand mixer, or hand mixer to mix this. It's such a small amount for me, I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm just going to mix this until it comes together. It's giving me a little problem, so I'm going to add in 1/4 of my powdered sugar to this. And hopefully that will allow it to come together a little bit easier for me. Yeah, that's going to look better. And you want to mix that until pretty much you got all the lumps out, and then continue adding 1/4 the amount of powdered sugar that you're going to use at a time, and then mix it in until it is thoroughly combined before adding in another 1/4. Alright, so after I got my frosting mixed up, I split it into 3 about equal parts and went ahead and colored them with just liquid food coloring. I don't like the shade of that blue at all, so I'm not even going to use it. I'm just going to use the pink and the yellow. Probably start off with the yellow here. And all I'm going to do is take some of this frosting and I'm going to put it on the top of the cookie, just like you're frosting a regular sugar cookie, if you will. Make it look nice. Don't go all the way down the sides, because that's not what they do with the real ones. So just kind of get it on there like so. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then get yourself some sprinkles. These are rainbow sprinkles, and just sprinkle on a few sprinkles. I know you probably can't even see this, but just a few sprinkles like that, and then set it off and let the frosting dry. And once you get them all done, this is what they will look like. Like I said, let these dry up for a couple hours until the frosting gets a little hard, and then you can kind of stack them somewhat on a plate. Store them in an airtight container for up to 3, 4, 5 days or so. But there you have it. That is how you make Lofthouse style sugar cookies. Hope you guys enjoy, and thanks so much for watching.